Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on, family? What's good? Told you, man, I'm back. I'm back like I never left, man. Appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out your schedule to rock with your boy, man. I appreciate the love. Man, do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, share button, comment button for me. Appreciate it, man. I'll tell you, without further ado, segment two, let's get into it. Man, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what time it is, baby. Sports talk with Pops, and I'm your man Pops. So we go get into it real quick. Like, I ain't gonna hold you long. Jump straight into it. Man, let me know in the comments what you think about the Shedeur Sanders whole situation. Did you think that maybe they did him wrong and because he was projected to go maybe like in the top five in the first round. And as you see, he went like fifth in the third round. And he ended up getting picked up by the Cleveland Browns, you know what I'm saying? But, he got on there, he made a speech, and he was like, you know, there's no way that should have happened, but, it's all God's plan in his timing. You see, very next day, they didn't pick him up either. As a matter of fact, like I said, when I went back and correct me if I'm wrong, because on my last segment, I had a couple of things wrong. It was three running backs picked in the third round, and it was another one I got wrong on the first one, but I corrected it in the bottom of them. But also with him, he was definitely supposed to go early. And what you think? Do you think that maybe that's just the way it goes? They just everybody went with their knees and they just didn't feel like they needed him at that moment, or do you feel like they said that his stocks had dropped because they was questioning his arm strength and they was questioning his decision making? You know, the decision making, all of them have to work on that right there. You know what I'm saying? Because even the ones who've been there sometimes make poor decision making as if somebody jump at you wrong or anything like that. But his arm strength, for what I seen, he was throwing pretty decent to me. You know what I'm saying? Or you think that maybe his mouth, him running his mouth, you think Dion, had something to do with it. You think it's politics. Of course, the politics is going to be up in it. What you think about that right there? Me, from an OG's perspective on my end, I'm just going to say it's a number of factors that what it is to me. Yes, the number one, the mouthiness. You know what I'm saying? Owners, they don't really be with all that right there. And and Dion is, you know how he is. He flamboyant. He gonna say what he want to say. He real. He's speaking the truth, and he's speaking for God, and that's what he does right there. And a lot of people don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? They can't do that with Dion. Dion is Dion. But the thing about Dion is Dion used to be able to go out there and prove what he was talking about. Now, it has been some times where he done got burnt and times he done got worked, but a lot of times he done went out there and played both sides of the ball and been a factor. Like he said, I've been him. I've been him. He's right. He been that dude. But when you hadn't made it there yet, and you kind of mediocre with your play, you know, sometimes the owners don't want to be with that. And I'm gonna tell you, I seen Shedeur go dap up Roger Goodell, and I guess Roger Goodell must be telling I'm glad you get ready into the draft. He said, man, but your pops worried me. So he was like, why my pops worried me? They ain't got nothing to do with me. So that just go to show you Dion presence here being around, you know, probably should get, but I just personally, I thought when the 21st pick came around, I just knew you wouldn't be able to tell me that Pittsburgh wasn't going to scoop him up. You couldn't have told me that they weren't going to get him right there. So, again, like what me and my man said, them jokers probably made the call and said, hey, man, we ain't buying no more houses in Colorado, bro. That's a wrap on that. And, that's the code for them to say, ain't no picks in no first round. And we gonna stall him out, Debo. That's what to be what they did. But big salute for him getting picked. But sometimes I feel like with Pop, sometimes just fall back, let them, have their own light on how they want to do it. Of course, you gonna be Pops. You gonna step in. You gonna say whatever you want to say anyway, and that just is what it is. The places that they was thinking he was gonna go was gonna be Cleveland or the Saints. It seemed like the Saints would have picked him up before they picked up the one who they did pick up. You know what I'm saying? But what you think? I mean, at the end of the day, for me, you all that right there is cute, but when you got to get on the field and show all that. Pops used to be able to get on the field and show that on both sides of the ball. Now it's up to you to go out there and show all that, because your stats was okay. You had a decent run, but I do give you another shout out too, because I also found out that his grade point average was a 3.9. So he is on top of them books on top of that right there. So big shout out to you for that right there too, bro. But bro, I'm telling you, this grown man business. This grown man business on this football field, and these grown men that's coming for your head, and you got all that mouth. They gonna be ready to pop you for that right there. Like, okay, you already running your mouth like you just finna run over us. Like, we ain't out here. So they coming for you, target on your back, you mouthy, flashy. Just hopefully you can live up to your potential. I think you got the ability to do it, but sometimes them owners, they don't be with that mouth and that flashiness, and it gets you knocked back out sometimes. Sometimes it's best just to, man, all right, all right, all right. Fall back, and I'll show you when I get on the field what I'm talking about. And right now, I know you're going to use that as fuel for your fire to, do what you do and get on with that. But again, man, y'all hit me up in the comments, man. Let me know what you think about that. Personally, I think that Deion's presence is what probably stopped that, because again, Deion is a force to be reckoned with. They don't like that, and then you portraying a lot of signs of him like that too. But again, your chance is gonna come when you get on that field and see what you do. And again, there's a lot of competition out there, bro. Because some people gonna feel like you was privileged to be up in here, and there's some people that really went out here and worked and earned to get that. And it's gonna be people coming at your neck for that right there. On top of that, so you're gonna have to super beat on top of your game, on top of all of that right there. You know what I'm saying? You don't put super pressure on yourself that a young man at a young age. That's a lot to deal with right there. But I know, but we shall see. Again, I think Deion presence is one of the reasons why he didn't probably go first. And again, I seen the way people have been picking, so they went off of needs. And the ones that did need a quarterback, they just decided to wait before they decided to get that. So again, like you said yourself, Shedeur, it's all in God's timing. I know, but we shall see. Yeah, man, hit me up in the comments. Just wanted to run through that real quick, because I knew that was going to take a little bit longer on the segment. But man, what you think about that with the Shedeur? Again, I think that you know, the cockiness and Pops is what probably made him back off for a minute. But you did get picked up. You got a chance to prove them all wrong. I hope you do. I believe you can do it. But again, y'all hit me up. Let me know what you think. Man, peace and blessings to everybody. Love each and every one of you. Man, let me know. Sports Talk with your man Pops. Hit me up, baby.